James, what's the role of a product developer?
You could say the role of the product developer is very much about working within a team, controlling and, keeping the process going, working with the designer, packaging technician, the commercial team. It's very much project leading the process from the start until the product is actually released and you see it in the store and making sure it's on time in the store. But it's very much being the project leader, product developer, but working as a team and, keeping everybody happy in the team and letting everybody put their input in, and listening to everybody. I mean, it's not just about the product developer or the designer. Everybody has an input and a part in the product development process to develop a new light.
Mm-hmm. How closely do you work with designers?
I would say really closely, because we start the process off with them. We brief them, and really explain what sort of lamp we're working on. So working quite closely, some of the time sitting next to the designer, looking at drawings, and then they spend time on their own and then coming back together. But also we could work very closely, make a trip to one of our suppliers, so you could spend a week with the designer traveling to a supplier in China and then sitting next to each other and sketching away, developing, and then making samples. So some of the time you're very close to the designers.
How do you know what people across the world actually want for their homes?
We in product development make a lot of home visits to see how people live all over the world. And also our commercial team do a lot of visits to see how people live, and we do market research, because it's really important to see how people live in different parts of the world. But I mean, people live in the same way. Like if you take light, for example, we all need light to light up our home, whether we need a floor lamp or a table lamp. You may say that we think it's very different, but people live in the same way for a lot of things, especially for lighting. We need to light up our home.
Mm-hmm. How long does it take to transform an idea to a product on the shelf?
On average, you could say in lighting, it could take from initial start of a design to briefing a designer until you see it in the showroom. It's on average in lighting 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
So do you always think 2 years ahead?
Yeah, we're thinking, I would say, between 2 and 3 years, kind of planning the range. But we're also, when you start a project, it takes 2 years, but we still have projects where we're thinking even further ahead. How may the range look? What projects should we be doing in 3 to 4 years? Mm-hmm. So we're working on projects at all different times. Like you may have a project that's halfway through, but then you're just about to start a new project, but then you're analyzing the range, how the range may look in 3 years. So you're working on projects at different times.
So were you part of the design team?
Yes, I worked with the designers on this lamp and making sure it kind of worked with production techniques, but it also had their design outlook. So it was a lot of work making sure we could get the beads bend in a right way, making sure it would stand up in the right way and be safe and stable, making sure that we had good quality. And then also importantly, making sure we got a nice, even, diffused light coming out of the shade.
What are the challenges to working as a product developer?
I would say one of the big challenges is it's a lot of fun working in a team, but when working in a team there's a lot of challenges because you've got to take everybody's input, keep everybody happy, and take the inputs and listen at the right time. So it's very challenging being a product developer, taking the design input, making sure we're really commercial, then making sure we're solving people's needs at home. There's a lot of things to listen to, and then also to make sure that we deliver the lamp on time with the right quality, the right price, making sure we have a very sustainable product. I mean, every day is challenging being a product developer.
Are there any examples of products that actually failed?
I would say that as we work very closely in the team and we have a lot of checkpoints, that we don't go all the way through to like production and getting a lamp to the store. We would make sure that we stop earlier. So we don't make lamps that fail, that we work very closely in the team going through the technical part, the packaging part, making sure we have environmentally good products, that we try to take care of all those points through the development process, so then we don't fail.
Mm-hmm. Now other people might copy IKEA products or designs. Is that a big headache for you?
I mean, you could say it is a headache for us. It's a little bit flattering when people copy, but we try to do things that can't be copied. You know, by doing lamps that will solve people's needs at home, you know, functional lamps, you know, and having the best price on the market. We try to make it as hard for our competitors to copy.
Let's take this lamp. Is this something difficult to copy?
I would say yes, from going through the whole product development process, from the design and working out how it will all work. It's a quite complex lamp. As you can see, that the bend on each lamp is in exactly the same place, the beads all are. But also with this lamp, you can see it's got a moving head. So it's not the most easiest lamp to copy.
What stands out for IKEA is their emphasis on teamwork. If a product failed, they don't play the blame game, but will spend their time and energy on improving that product. This is something that we all can learn from. See you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ